are these Hamas journalists? First, we have Abdullah, who was holding 3 Israeli civilians in his home. Next, we have Ahmed, who claimed that October 7th was the greatest day of our generation in response to this photo of Israeli girls being held captive. Then we have Allah, who carries a camera yet is clearly part of Hamas. There's Ali Mahmoud, who took this picture of an UNRWA school counselor, the one who's pointing. Do you think Hamas would let these people film unless they were part of them? Then we have Anas, or Anas, who infamously posed with Sinwar himself and called Hamas heroes as they pillaged, raped, and killed Israelis on October 7th. In fact, he was a Hamas commander. And then here we have Ahmed, who made fun of delivering the dead bodies of Cherie Bibas and her 2 babies. And of course, here's Mr. Fafo himself, who is the most versatile Hamas propagandist to date. It's really easy to buy a press vest these days. I wonder who's giving them all of these press vests. Next, we have Hassan, pictured here with UN employees, but he was there on October 7th as they took part in their perverted glory of killing Jews. Then we have Hossam, who is actually a professional Hamas sniper. There's Hudaifa, who is a spokesperson for Hamas, literally wearing Hamas gear. Al Jazeera reporter Ismail Abu Omar was found to be a Hamas commander. Yet another Al Jazeera reporter, also named Ismail Ayul, was found to be a Hamas commander. Here's Mohammed Washa, who has many photos of him operating artillery. Then there's Nidal, who pretends to be press but is actually a terrorist. Let's not forget this BBC reporter in Gaza, Samer, who said, "We'll burn Jews like Hitler did." But then, as a rare exception, there are some real journalists like Omar Abdurabu, who was threatened with torture by Hamas if he didn't comply with their propaganda. This is what he wrote himself. It's clear that it's easy to pretend to be a journalist in Gaza. Here's a so-called journalist taking off his vest and putting it on another Hamas terrorist. This tactic is not isolated in Gaza. They also do this as they took part in the killings of the Druze community in Syria. These Islamist militants have figured out that if they can put on a press vest, it makes them venerated through the eyes of the West. We need to stop projecting our Western values towards them because they will only use their values against us to gain sympathy towards their death cult. They are not like us.